I got a song in here.
Out there in the world. It's actually the top of the morning. Top of the morning to everybody out there. I'm currently long. I'd like to invite you to just join me for my morning routine. I'm trying to create some good habits here. For some reason. There we go.
Like Pickles on the scooter with a bag of money. That's hilarious.
This is a nice bounce right here.
How far are we going? Be up there? All right.
DD band. Let me see if I can actually really show that to you.
That's funny. Okay, I already got the almost 100 points on this. I'll take the profit now and then just let the open happen. I was thinking about holding on to it for the bigger run up, but let's just see what I get in a second. Let's lock that in, 5,300 bucks. Let me eat my breakfast. I got 100 points, might as well lock it.
See it? Really? Here, how about there? Now you can see it. And I'm glad I exited. There's our DD band tap right here, and I exited. I should still have an MNQ runner. I'll go ahead and seeing a rejection on VIX here is also
all right, guys, stream over. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Currently up about 850 on the day from this nice bounce off the bottom here. Glad I took it. So let's talk about the day. DD band bounce, oil pushing highs nonetheless. This is going to be our big watch of the day between NQ on the DD. In fact, I'll just go ahead and close this one down. There we go. Futures. VIX futures still pushing way high. Tick is not on yet.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm done.
And
I'm out.
now I got to switch my squawks around.
Top window doesn't show the P&L.
This computer quiet for y'all today.
Up here? You can see it?
See if I can squawk on the computer.
It should be there. Let me make this a little smaller. That was easier to. Can I make this smaller? Condense this a little bit. Dude, I wish I could make the font size of this like much bigger.
So that will not affect.
I kind of like having this off to the side here. Y'all can see bigger charts. Is that little done?
Okay, seeing a bounce here on oil.
Bye guys, I'm gonna get a facial. I'll see you later.
This is a pretty
I'm gonna get pampered at the spa.
VIX, very big watch here. Check out this VIX 30 test.
Okay, so that was a pretty quick and easy. Well, I didn't get 100 points of it, but that's a pretty quick and easy, almost 100 point move there.
Gives us much.
Down pretty significant. So resilience is gonna basically be the coin flip for the day. If this white line is a
mute there. Back over here into my trade. Still green. Still green. I did tickle the bottom. 574 was the low. I took it from down here multiple times, taking profit. I've worked my cost basis up to 617. Does look a little toppy here on SPY. This top wick here on the 5 at resistance is a little challenging. Let's see if oil, getting the bounce. I'm going to make these VIX charts a little bigger for us, so they'll be easier for us to track. And then this chart can get bigger, way bigger. Okay. NASDAQ still ticking up, even though oil is also ticking up. And there's a little bit of a bounce here on the VIX, on the EMA. We've got a small bounce forming on the VIX. We're going to watch that close. All right, now let's talk about what else has been happening just overall this week. Had a really hard day yesterday on the sell-off. Let's check this out on the 15-minute. There's the overnight. This is the New York session where I made $2,000 up, Lost $2,000 down. That one hurt. Trying to catch this bottom that formed at fucking 4 p.m. It's actually 4:11 p.m. after all the prop firms were closed. And that is what it is. It's not fair, but it also, that's Wall Street, baby. So it hurts, but we're going to persevere and we're going to carry on. All right, 929. Wonder if we're going to get a little bit of a bounce here just on the open. There's 930. This is the open. Oh, down we go. Down. All right. I took one contract long on a backpack. I think people are going to be closing shorts down here, and then we're going to squeeze up. All right. I'm out for 100 on the backpack. Still long on the MNQ. That's a de-risk move because the VIX is bouncing. Oil fell. That's good. Stops and profit on my MNQ trade. Still think we squeeze up. I'm watching for a backpack. 650. All right, there goes NVIDIA up. Backpack is engaged. 930 still. I saw NVIDIA hold 170. Very bullish for NVIDIA. Short still trying down here. Shorting into the hole. Come on, NVIDIA, carry us up. That's crazy. NVIDIA up, market down? That's not how it usually works. Dang. Backpack dragging us down. Big red candle there. Watching UVXY flying on out of the corner of my eye. We got a bounce from here-ish. NVIDIA is still not picking up the market. Damn, stopped out on my MNQ. Added one more backpack here. Hopefully we don't keep falling. Okay, that's all my profit so far for today. Big drop there. Dumping it. Okay, I added. Good add. See you in the top wick on the UVXY. That's just a retest on 30 from VIX. If VIX blows out 30, this is going to be pretty bad. Stops are in for the knife insurance. Okay, so far that ad is really saving us. I'm prepared to take out 2 at a loss and just let that last one run. Give us some green to take it out. NVIDIA is the only thing holding us up, I guess. Watching the VIX. Okay, VIX top wick. UVXY at the pre-market high top wick. Punched above for a second there. We gotta make sure it doesn't confirm over. Okay, out of 1. That's stop loss. Out of 2. Still in 1. Added 2. That's going to blow the account probably. Yep, blew it. All right, we got the 25K still here. VIX punching above 30. There's the top wick I wanted. Long one, big from the bottom. This is the DD band again. There's the DD band. Hopefully we get a bounce here. Added. That's my full allocation here on the 25K. Wow, no DD bounce. That's crazy. All right, here we go. DD band overshot by about 20 points, but we're getting a nice bottom wick from the area, so I'm glad I'm still long here. That was close. That was a close one, guys. It was a pretty risky trade. Will we maintain this bottom wick? So, coming to you guys a little bit earlier today, I was long, blew a eval. Hate doing that. Go reset that bad boy. Hope everybody's having a good Friday and not getting wrecked here by this market. Actually, wait, that's an $85 reset, but I believe the promo vault got a restock. So if I just added a new 50K, is it more or less than 85? Hashtag rips. It is. Thank you, rips. Oh, wow, it wicked me out of the 25K also? That's so surprising. Wow, I looked away for a second and it wicked me out, guys. Oh, wow. Well, I guess this is our lesson of the day. Never look away. Wow, blew 2 evals that I started yesterday. Ouch. Hit a reset off of that one too, I guess.
Order filled.
Okay, this is the new eval.
Order rejected.
Off of the EMA. Man, am I going to blow this on the first trade? I'm seeing the long top wick on the VIX. That's what I wanted. At least test the pre-market low here.
Order filled.
2. Gosh, it overshot on only needed $600. I was sized way too big. Okay, 25 is getting reset now. Man, that sucks. And I've got several new top steps to break in today too.
Order filled.
Out of one more. Stop at break even. That's a good trade.
Stop filled.
Stopped out over there in Lucid. Where's my 25K? Here's my 25K. Add a bit of resistance here. UVXY with the bounce. Okay, long
Order
run
filled.
micro. Little baby micro. Ready for a backpack if I see a big pop. Yep.
Order filled.
There's a reclaim of pre-market low on SPY. Very good.
Order filled.
35 on the backpack. Love that. The MNQ is just going to ride with a stop in. Man.
Stop filled.
There it goes. Okay, there's a rejection. Glad I got out of that backpack. Okay, kicking a reset on a top step. Okay, now we got 2 accounts to work with. Fresh combine on TopStep. 2 Lucid evals. Okay, we're up 601 and up 240. That's pretty much a break-even trade on the MNQ. Stopped out at break-even. NVIDIA back down to 170 test. Under pre-market low on SPY. VIX with a little bouncy bounce. I'm watching oil here too, up 3% on the day. That's a tough recipe for the NQ to do much. Now, I want to see if I can listen to my other squawk.
Order filled.
Long 2 off of this bottom wick on the video on 170 again. That's 2 micros. Okay, here we go. Good bounce. Good bounce.
Times.
Huh?
I said
There's the
possibly
squawk.
revised a couple times.
And I can turn
Yeah,
that
it's gonna be
way down.
trashed. All right, first regime on spot. Okay, maybe I have to rerun this. Floor 591. Is that right? No, that's wrong. All right, so I have to wait for the next one. That's wrong. First number is not accurate on SPY. Floor's messed up.
Okay, I think we are.
Yeah, those original prints have weird cons in there.
Yep, QQQ floor is also messed up originally, so I'm ignoring first prints.
MU is above pre-market high.
Ooh, good call out.
All right. Feeling good up
Tom
there,
Lee,
although looking a little.
my man out here sitting with a lot of shorts, bro.
I like that rejection on the VIX.
Eat, bro.
Let's take this.
Good morning.
And TopStep.
So ticker, we got relative strength coming from Apple, Corning, Exxon,
Order filled.
market leader Walmart.
Order filled. Order filled.
Pop.
Intel's doing
Goes along
okay.
3 bigs.
Coca-Cola.
Still long 1. Stop at break even.
USO.
It's a nice pop.
Everything else.
I'm not seeing oil
Oh,
take
Google's
the dive
okay.
that I want, but the VIX is.
Everything else in the gulag. Gulag.
Order
I'm out of
filled.
that one because I see some rejection happening. Off
All
of
right,
this
last
one.
contract out at 520 from 420.
Actually, iTrash is looking better than.
Nice trade, D5.
Thank you,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, nice one,
Nice
D5.
trade.
That
Big
was kind
silver
of
free fall.
too aggressive for my taste, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, 64.80 holds. I might get out of these shorts. It was a good attempt here, but I'm gonna wait more until after 10 to assess.
Out of
The
one of
buy the
my
dip off
micros.
Order filled.
64.25 coming
Stop
with
at
a
break
vengeance
even.
here.
On SPX?
Yeah, I bought the dip.
Same options. I just had to
Sub
let go of
600
some
on
of them.
this
Well, most of them.
combine so far.
I think
Watching for a fade here.
Let's
This is
go,
the Q's
MU.
5-minute. Hitting a bit of resistance where we sold from off of the open. Same with SPY. You can see it right here. Big dump.
need to
off
move
of the
fast though. You're gonna
642
get
level.
VIX crushed.
That's
Here
exactly
we are.
why. We just had that big spike up and we barely moved contracts. So I was like, and even now, the
Hitting
6,500
selling
same
point.
price that I
Let's see if
bought
we
them.
bounce over it. Get up to
The same that I
694
exited.
maybe?
So VIX crush is real.
Ticker,
Big dump on
IGV
VIX. I see
75s.
UVXY with a bottom wick there,
First
so
or second trends
caution.
here, 45% on these.
Taking out my other
75s.
micro.
IGV is what? Below 80 now?
Order filled.
Yep, bottom wickage at resistance. Oh, he might be pushing above.
Don't want to see it roll over here. That's for sure.
First print on SPY is hedge prevalent, by the way, just so y'all know. 1.17. It's within 1.2 range. That means it's not that strong. Might be a chop day, bro.
Still seeing the bottom wicks over
Yeah, that's
pre-market
ultimate.
high on the UVXY.
I think that's possible,
Bit of
but
red, that's
I mean,
good. Still at resistance.
the way
so it's a
VIX is
tough
set
watch.
up, it's really set up for like that unwind here.
You mean like a? Yeah, I mean, I can see that as well. I just the
Okay,
ratio
check
is
out
not
this
as strong
candle
as
here.
you would like it to be, right?
Bit
You
of a
want to do
hanging
1.4,
man
1.5. It's a
off of
1.17,
multiple
which is still like
EMA
prevalent. That means they're
resistance
gonna buy the
while
dips,
oil bounces,
but it's less aggressive. And if
while
Q's is like
UVXY
stronger,
puts a
then
little
it gives me
bouncy
more
bounce in.
confidence to do it.
Watch
Yeah.
it close.
I'm gonna hold in. I'm gonna hold in these.
And also,
Seeing a
All right, so
rejection off the
now
pre-market
the SPY print is
high
fixed
on
because the
UVXY.
floor is
Order
right.
filled.
I'm long
0.4 on SPY.
I don't have that number, AJ. Oh, you're looking at the OMM, right? Sorry.
Yeah,
Nice.
yep.
Nice
So that's the
rejection.
first print. I'm
We
gonna
got
wait
that
for
one
two more.
EMA
But
up
first
above.
print on SPY is 0.4.
Order
and
filled.
They
Took
fixed
my
the
profit off
floor.
this. This is a double
Running
EMA.
Qs
This is a
now.
VWAP plus an EMA. That's going to be extra resisty,
Q
in my
floor is
opinion. I see, I could be wrong.
526.
This could be strong
Nope,
enough to
hasn't
push
been
through.
fixed yet.
Yeah, the
Probably need to
Q,
work on using
the
less
SPY floor
absolute
is still
language.
the
That's
same
a
print that we
good-
got in the morning, maybe
good
10
bit of
cents down.
trader psychology is don't say this has to happen. Don't
Which
say this
would
is
be
going
what
to happen.
number?
Don't say this is going to
640,
reject everything, because
55.
that's why we're
So
not
58.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, if I had true
640,
conviction, I'd
55.
probably
The
be
same.
entering into a
Yep.
short
Yep.
right here.
I agree with that.
I don't think
640, 55. That close bounce at 9:35 a.m. was within 20 cents.
It's crazy. I sold 20 points ago almost, and the contract that I had moved $10, $20. Jesus.
Still watching VIX in free fall. That's
No
down
point
$1
calls.
so far.
So mechanical side here for me would be VIX to slide to 27.25.
See oil bouncing. That was a nice exit. Great exit on the EMA stack on resistance. Could have been a good short. I didn't take it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I would look
shoulda.
for rejection over here, though.
Now we're getting bounces off the below.
Look for a
EMA.
rejection at
Have a look at
64.50.
EMA
At 64.95 is where I'd see a rejection.
Yep.
I added
and
to my
now
ticker
coin
ticker
is just
MES
dying.
shorts here
closely
at
on the double
87.
topping around 170.
That's why I'm playing MES, so I have a pretty big
We are
stop.
going to have some data coming out.
Average is now 81.
There's a VIX pop at the
The
resistance.
USO
Would have been a good
calls
short.
are up over 50%.
That would have been, let's see, what about 47 to, yeah. Oh, wow. That's a 50-point
I'm holding them.
drop-a-rooney off of the resistance. I saw it. Didn't
When
take
do
it.
those numbers
Whoa,
come out?
Whoa.
7,
Whoa.
10 o'clock.
10, yeah.
Flat over
10
here.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
What is that?
OS, XOM, ticker, XOM, XON,
58
day,
test.
168.31.
Let's jump over into Rocket Scooter
Up
for a second and
1.7%.
just see where our levels are. It's a pre-market low test SPY. Okay, I took 1 micro over here.
Order filled.
Because we're heading back towards DD band, so I'm tempted
Oh,
to
no,
engage with a
didn't fill
long
me in
here
the short.
again.
If I trash loses low a day,
Oil's
look for
pushing.
244.10. Good morning. Good
Ticker,
morning.
What I wanna see
ticker,
is
MES.
the
Boom.
Rocket
There it
Scooter
is. Plus 8 points
UVXY.
covering 1 quarter
Beautiful,
here.
beautiful, beautiful.
Moving down my
So
stops
you
to
have
83.
Big jump up from 57.50
Thank you. This is what I
to
needed earlier.
58.50. 57.50 was hedge pressure. That's why we bounced off hedge pressure. Bounced off hedge pressure. Not great for a long. How about
Covering another
we're
quarter here at
down
76
50 on
plus
this
12.
Lucid. I'm going to
Down a
add
half.
here. This
Order
is
filled.
on DD band. Doomsday.
Ticker coin, it is dying. 161.9 current. Your levels below are. One moment.
Big M pattern playing out here. Wow. Big push on the UVXY. New highs. Got to see a rejection there. That's a long
161.59,
one
which we're
big
basically
here in
at
TopStep.
157.84 and
Trying to tickle the bottom with a big.
148.86 is your
It's a
total
big tickle.
outlier. Your furthest outlier
Big
move.
tickle.
You are below the largest put while do not buy calls on that name.
Okay, setting my stop way below. Yep, there's our bouncy bounce. Let's get it. Watching the top wick on the UVXY. We don't want to see it bust above 59. That would be, uh-oh. Not great. There's the top wick. Come on, we got to see a rejection on VIX Fix too. Got a rejection on oil. That's good news. NVIDIA diving, however. 58.62 now. Okay, there's our top wick. Watching to see if we can maybe form some kind of a test back up here. How much of that can y'all see? Yeah, you see it. Good. Oh, by the way, that 15 big long that I took at the end of the day yesterday.
Order filled.
Oh, stopped out. It stopped out before.
Order filled.
All right, I re-engaged in the long off the bounce.
Order filled.
Okay, long 2 from the bottom here. Pushing down though, watching UVXY. Want to see a rejection off my gold band right there. Oil has rejected, but it could push further. Ready to dump if I need to dump. Watching the video over there, 168.92. You need you above 169, my friend. Squawk does not seem to be squawking. Uh-oh.
Order filled.
That one. Ready to flatten all. $59 on the UVXY. Seeing the rejection on 59.
Order filled.
Averaged way down. Seeing oil with a little bit of a push too. Not a bounce.
Order filled.
Added one more. Come on now. Let's see that 59 rejection on UVXY. VIX trying to get spicy, but I don't think it's got the legs. What's going on over here? Oof. Added one more, two more micros here at the bottom. Let's see if we get this bounce. It's trying to bounce. Got to see VIX reject.
Order filled.
Wow, did not bounce, but it filled me way low. Come on, TopStep. So lame. All right, that's one blown combine today, two blown evals. Huge dump there. VIX 30.26. This is where it rejected from before. All right, I'm in big on the Lucid. Still in profits. Okay, now I'm not in profit. UVXY did break that 59. I was wrong about the rejection. It's VIX, crazy push up here. Okay, double down there again at the bottom. Let's see if we can just average our way out of this. Get 3 minutes till some news. There we go. That's the bounce that I needed. Back up into the profit area. Not in this trade, just overall. Got to get this bounce here. There we go. Starting to see a bounce. I'm going to take this over here in the 50K as well. Wow, bounce got stuffed. Not seeing this bounce materialize very well over here on Lucid. New lows, VIX new high. It loves to make a slightly new high and then drop. Watching UVXY 59.20. God, NVIDIA died. There's the rejection I wanted on the UVXY and a rejection on oil. Okay, I think we're good here. Going back to the 50K, adding a couple more. We got plenty of drawdown to work with over there. Hit another reset on TopStep. This hurts. Hurts. Great bounce over here in Lucid. There's green. Trade is green. Like the double top wicks on VIX, but they need to not fill. Oh, rejected. A rejection. This bad. Oh, we got news. We got news. Still in. Didn't kill the account. Okay, that's a new low. Got a big old bounce off the bottom. Okay, like the green I'm seeing here. Surprised that did not bust the account. Glad it didn't. We were almost in profit there for a second. Didn't keep my eye on the clock. That's a mistake. There we go. Taking some off. We only needed 600. All right, we're gonna have to whittle that down later, but that's pretty much done for the day. This guy taking off a couple. There we go. Leaving 2 in profit. Seeing a 30 reject on the VIX. $64. Yep. Oh man. Expensive resets over here. I'm gonna step away for a second, grab some water. We will not be trading any fundeds today, y'all.
Order filled.
Seeing the curl up on the market there, that's why I went long. Watching the VIX rejection. Oil rejection.
Order filled.
Want to get a recovery of 23,500 here on the NQ. Okay, that's what we want to see off the VIX 59.50-ish. Oh, stopped out over here on these micros. Boo. Like the rejection under 59 on UVXY. This is all about the VIX. This is actually a 30 test from above on the VIX. Getting ready for a backpack here. All right. Battling here above this EMA, which I like. I could add one more if I needed to.
Order filled.
Added. Okay, we got to see that top wick fill in and head up to 23,500. There we go. There it is. That's what we like. Briefly big green. There we go. There it is. There it is.
Order
Out
filled.
one.
Order
Out
filled.
two. Stop, break even. All right. What is going on over here? Oh, it's because I jumped over to a weird chart. That's odd. There's my micros. I think we just probably stopped out. Oh, didn't quite stop us out on TopStep. I'm looking at the piggyback over here too. Over 500. VIX, a little bouncy. Oil could bounce there too. Tough spot for a backpack. Watching the video here.
Order filled.
Yep, not the backpack moment. Under 500 now. VIX confirming over 30. Recover 500. I'm long a backpack. Okay, watching for another 30 reject off the highs here on the VIX. Added in second backpack. We're going double backpack, double barrel backpack. All right, show me the big ups. There we go. There we go. Okay, I like the rejection on 59 on UVXY. We just need the UVXY to not make a new high. There we go. There we go. Did I get stopped out?
Order
on TopStep?
filled.
Surely did. Back in the
Order
long.
filled.
Terrible fill. Thanks, TopStep. All right. Out one backpack. Out two backpacks. Flat on backpacks on Lucid. A little bit of rejection here on TopStep.
Order filled.
Okay. Trying it one more time to see if that bottom wick of the previous candle holds. I still think we see buyers step in here. UVXY 5911, you got to reject. The UVXY's got to reject right there. Oil's testing the EMAs from below. We could draw down further here. I'm prepared to add again. Bottom of that wick.
Order filled.
Added. Gonna see a bounce off of it. There we go. Not getting it. VIX over 30. Now when you see the oil rejection. There we go. That's the bounce I was looking for on the ad. Nice bottom wick happening on the 2-minute. 30.09 on the VIX. Top wick on the UVXY. Oil got the pop. Now it needs to fade. Oil is popping to the EMAs. Now it needs to fade off the 97.50. Very good. Seeing the fade. 97.45. UVXY is trying to push for a new high. This is our concern. We're watching that high on the UVXY right over here. We got to be really mindful that we don't bust up way higher and just destroy the bottom of the market here. We are trying to fish. We're bottom fishing. We're using big bait because we want to get a big catch. But this is not looking great. I'm getting ready to cut. Okay, seeing some speed. UVXY briefly made a new high. Now we need it to, yep, that's a rejection I wanted
Order
on
filled.
UVXY. Added. UVXY loves to make one more high and then dump a roo. Let's do it. It's not happening. Still ready to cut. It's funny how I went from ready to cut to ready to add. Interesting how that can happen on a trade. That's the bounce. There we go. That's the rejection on UVXY. We've got to get over this EMA. Come on, push it up. Push it up. There it is. There it is.
Order
Out
filled.
1, out 2. Technically, those were break-even exits on the first 2.
Order
Out
filled.
1 more. Green trade. And look at this Morningstar reversal forming here. Added on my micros. Ready for a backpack ad. Watching the video to not reject there. All right, I added on the micros. I'm not going to backpack it. We're up 900. We don't need to take on that risk. Let's go ahead and wrap this day up. I do need to go offline a little bit on the early side today. I got some other work to do, plus kids have needs out at school, dropping off some coolers for the school spring picnic, which I will not be attending because I'm still sick with the cold that I got from my kids that they got from school. So it's almost like a full circle of life situation. Loving the push. That was an awesome entry. This was my fourth, my third ad, my fourth contract, and now it's doing the work. We de-risked. We even took it off at the top of this wick. Love that. Let's see what's happening on our micros. Micros went green. Love that. I'm going to take off one on the pop. I think people are still trying to short the pop. Now, what I don't love is that Matt just talks the whole time and no one else can talk. Let's get rid of everybody else. I feel like I want to hear what Dagger's saying on this one. One more on the EMA tap. Nice exit. Let's check in on TopStep. Looking great. Up 880.
Order filled.
Taking it out there. Woo! Okay, that was a nice subtraction because we don't need to go much further than that. We'll switch over to micros over there to finish that eval up. Okay, love the rejection on the VIX. Might go add another. Just got one more over here on these micros on Lucid. Okay, trying to get my Rocket Lab 63 call. Big dump on my Rocket Lab. That's sad. Pretty good dump there. Like seeing the toppy action on oil. That's good for the markets. I think we can take another trade here. Working on getting me another. My TopStep is not letting me reset accounts, which is a bit of a frustrating situation. Oh, I guess that's just not going to happen today. Okay, that's fine with me. We're up 1,400 on this combine. Seeing SBX trying to put in a really good bottom off the 64.20-ish level. 64.15 maybe? 64.10 was where that bounce happened. Long again on micros here. I'm seeing big dumps on the VIX. Engaged in a backpack as well. Got to get NVIDIA over the EMA. All right, out of the backpack for about 160. I don't need to take this too far today. Even out of one of my micros here. And stopped out of the other. Oil getting a little bit of a bounce off 97-ish. We're at 1,300 on this eval. Watching the video to pop above here. We got a lot of resistances above. Okay, looking at NVIDIA 169 fighting. Seeing UVXY with a little bounciness here. Oil at 97. Seeing NVIDIA moving, jumping in. Love to see a push up to SPY pre-market low at 641, and we'll see what happens there. Oil got to bounce back over 97. Glad we're just in micros here. NVIDIA did get a rejection off the resistance above. Oil and UVXY getting a bounce. Tick is still high. Does it have the legs? NVIDIA rejected. All right, I'm adding more. I got 5 more off of this lower EMA tap. I like that as an entry. Try to exit the first 5 in profit and then let those other 5 run as runners. Like the top wick on the UVXY. Like the top wick off the UVXY. 97.30 on oil, though. It did not get the oil dump that I thought we were about to get here. It bounced off the previous week mid and the previous 4-hour mid. Apologies if you guys can hear the garbage truck outside. That's always really great audio. Very entertaining. Okay, here's our bounce off that EMA stack. got the first 5. Not quite in profit, but close enough. Love the rejection on UVXY. These nice exits here. Very, very low cost exit. And now I'm in profit from lower. I'll even take off 1 on the pop, take off 1 more on another pop, and that trade is now in profit. We stopped almost break even on the first 5, small loss. Those other 5 from the bottom are now doing the work for us. That's a good trade. Stops are in break even because we could knife from here. NVIDIA did not get the push up. Out of 1. Stopped out of 1. 2 to go. Small bounce on the VIX, but the tick is high. I would take a backpack almost here, but oil's still pushing. Don't love the look of oil at 97.56. Might try to retest highs. Doesn't seem like the market's really fallen for it, though. That's a good sign, although it's forming a little bit of a rejection-ish. I'm going to take off. Yeah, my stops are in profit. That's fine. We could dump here. So as long as we have a little bit of downtime, yeah, we're stopped out. We're going to wait for this VIX and oil bounce to conclude before we re-engage in any more longs. This is a great time for us to do a little bit of shaving off of gotta get this down in the 600s. There we go. There we go. 625 is all I needed out of that. No. No. Oh no. And trying to lose. We're trying to lose a little bit of money here. It's funny. We only make money when we're trying to lose, and we only lose when we're trying to win. Isn't that just the way of the world, guys? Oh, lame. Lame. Too much profit, lame. Stop. Okay, fine. Took the stupid profit. Now I need to lose $300-ish. Got 2 bigs on dock. Okay, there's 150. That was quick. Lose another 150. 60. Okay, okay. Okay. In the 700s. There we go. 690. Now there's a good chance of a bounce here, so I'm going to start. There goes the VIX up, oil up. Glad that we're not really seriously trading. Okay, 648. That's looking good. 639. 638. 640. That was a weird late close. 639. And we're looking at 625, really. 648. Okay, 635. I'll take it there. What's going on over here? All right. We are 170 away from stopping on this account for the day. Wow, oil pushing the high, new high at 98. The NQ tick is crushing. NVIDIA 168 bounce, long 3. Nice, nice, nice. Good bounce off of NVIDIA. Could be a nice rejection off of oil. See, I noticed NVIDIA was the one that was moving this morning, so NVIDIA is my barometer on the day. I think that was just a new low of the day. I think we hold it. Still seeing the rejection off of 98 on oil. 97.97 was the high. Pause for a second, everybody. Hello.
yesterday, maybe it was the day before. You remember that little segment that he was talking about? Yeah. How the markets rolled up well. Yeah. That was such a classic Trump moment where literally every time this market has gotten into trouble, he's been there to save certain key thresholds that we've identified for the last 4 or 5 months. Not only through this time period, but what was done in November, what was done in December, what was done each time you got to a certain level that these guys do that kick in a lot more institutional selling. And that's not because Trump's got a good feel for it, it's because Lutnick and Bissett are feeding him the numbers with regard to where your danger point is of potentially having major institutional shifts in their portfolio. So this guy right up there is the ultimate fuck you to the market in terms of his manipulation with regard to that. And obviously, right now, fatigue factor is like, there's a famous quote by Winston Churchill, who, by the way, was one of the greatest liars in the history of politics, who said that during war, the truth is so valuable it needs to be protected by a bodyguard of lies. Right? So it's just basically saying, in the art of war, it's all lies. It's all bullshit, right? Trump's lying, they're lying, blah, blah, blah. So it's not a big surprise. But if we don't see this oil begin to back down and believe some of the stuff, we're back to what happens on Monday, Tuesday, which is the end of the month, which I think gives you an opportunity possibly to do some VIX sucking out with premiums. And then you're back to this 3-day weekend thing with Good Friday. And it seems like the oil market is prepping for that this leg is going to get ugly and there are going to be more and more boots on the ground in terms of that, which I think the U.S. is walking right into a major ambush. This is incredibly fucking stupid in terms of that. Mark my words in terms of that. This is not Iraq. Okay? These guys have been building for 40 years. And I've been getting emotional about this topic because I don't really want to engage in global thermonuclear war. Okay? And if you think Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon, I have a bridge to sell you. Okay? You think the fatwa prevented them from having a nuclear weapon? You're crazy. Okay? Pakistan has a nuclear weapon, and now we have Pakistan who's negotiating for us. Pakistan supposedly held bin Laden for 2 years. Oh, they're our buddies. But they're going to negotiate for us, and they've got a nuclear weapon too, by the way. Pakistan and India, mutual destruction. So, point is, be careful taking any positions over the weekend either way. If nothing, if the world doesn't blow up over the weekend, we'll be back to Monday. Probably a good rip and rally scenario. They may do it today with some type of announcement. But his announcements, the half-life of his announcements, just look at them for the past 7 days. The half-life, they're starting to die off. Well, very quickly. Like, the big one was the Sunday night one. What did that produce? 200 handles on the ES? Yeah. Oh, the Monday morning? Sorry, the Monday morning, yeah. Was that 200 handles? Yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, it was almost 4%. Right, then you get another one. I can't even keep track of this fucking shit show. Jesus, it's just like, oh, I'm surprised the market's holding up so well in terms of that. It's like, that was 250 handles. Yeah, so that was Monday. Crazy. And when did he have another one? Did he have another one on yesterday or the day before? We know he had one yesterday, which was Thursday. Tuesday after hours. And he had one Tuesday after hours. Yep. So, and that was a smaller one. That was not even. It was still deep. It was a 77 handle move. So you went from a 200 handle move to a 77, and I don't know. Yesterday we did something, but yeah, it's not lasting. Yesterday was a 77 handle move, just like Tuesday. Holy crap! Right. And it was interesting because Tuesday, they came out right after the SPY closed. So the SPY closes, you can still trade it for, 17 to 20 minutes in the aftermarket. That news came out right after it closed. And that was, by the way, on Tuesday, a piece of news information that they recycled that had been out for 8 hours about this Israeli television station says this. It's like, Topeka, Kansas news station says this. You're like, great, that's super good source. But that had been out 8 hours. They just regurgitated at the right moment, flipped the the algo's on, and boom, you had the pop in terms of that piece. So that was on Tuesday after the SPY closed. The one last night was about 8 minutes into the SPY, and it gave you about 7 to 10 minutes to trade SPY. Where if you were in the inside baseball, you could have a 10x, by the way, in terms of that SPY move. That's never going to happen unless you're being fed information by Al Capone's phone right there, right? So I'm not saying like, oh, you could have done this. I'm just saying possibly someone's doing it or someone's benefiting from it, because it's just very interesting around where they're doing these news. Like you release the story right after SPY closed, the day before it's right before it closes, and maybe it's just coincidence, etc. But obviously this is all completely orchestrated when they're making the announcement. So we'll see. But I mean, right now, oil is keeping going up. I think your problem today is oil taking a run at 100.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Today, they're going to have some type of concrete announcement to do anything with this market. I mean, all we've heard back and forth from Iran. We've heard back and forth from Trump. Everything Trump says, they deny. Everything they say, Trump denies. There's been nothing in unison, nothing running in parallel whatsoever. It would almost take both parties to acknowledge whatever the hell gets announced. And that's why, I was partially thinking about like, okay, if they do a ceasefire, like an actual ceasefire, because here's the thing, yesterday there was some announcement on ceasefire on infrastructures, and then this morning we have news about Israeli U.S.-led airstrikes on steel factory. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So, and like nothing's being held up. So honestly, until there's some type of either third-party acknowledgement to whatever the heck is going on, or if Iran acknowledges what's going on. So if, let's say the U.S. comes out and says, hey, we've gotten ourselves, Israel, and Iran to do a ceasefire, and then suddenly if Netanyahu and then Iran both say, yes, we've agreed to a ceasefire, I think it would take something like that, where everyone is finally on the same freaking page at 4 once, which they haven't been this entire time. It's just been back and forth. It's counterproductive. That's what it's been. Everything that
no one believes anything in terms of that. It's just gotten to the point where you're just like, yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Fake news, etc. And the thing my biggest concern is that the market gets out of control. Trump realizes it. He comes out and tries to make a real stance with regards to not doing anything, and the Israelis completely sabotage it. That's my big concern.
Someone in the chat just said, I think about this, like, all this stuff's going on, and then you got Trump saying something like he's changed the presidential souvenir pens to Sharpies. Like, that's the type of crap. That's the type of crap we're dealing with.
And he's then like, I'm negotiating a peace for the Ukraine. Oh, you mean Zelensky, the biggest
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody's watching. I know you're not. But the good news is we closed right before a sell-off, so we can be happy about that. I see the VIX wanting to hold around 30, and I see oil pushing above 98. This is a tough spot to long from. I don't love that. I'm going to go ahead and say adios to you guys for today. It's been a nice shorty stream. We lost some, we won some, we had some fun. Mags at 56 could bounce there. Seeing a little bit of a rejection pattern on the UVXY2 up at 59.26, but oil pressing highs. Could be bottoming here. We're testing the bottom of this wick. All right, I'm going to take 3, and we're going to end the stream. And I'll tell you tomorrow how it went. Oh, it's going great. There's a big bounce. You can just finish this up right here. Out of 1 on the EMA. All right, it stops in profit. All right, we can really almost call it there. Out 1 more, because I only need about 50 more bucks. Nice bouncing action off the bottom. Definitely want to get this up about the 1500 range. Let's see if it holds. Look at that top wick forming over on the TopStep chart. All right, we're going to call it here, guys. I've got some personal stuff happening today. Plus, the tummy index, the TMI index, is hurting right now. This is not the bottom. Bottom fishing hurts the belly. That's what I'm learning. NVIDIA is trying to bottom, and that was my indicator before. Got stopped out on the last one there. 168 potential bounce on NVIDIA. The 168 reclaim is nice on NVIDIA, but let's see if it holds. All right, seeing a potential bounce forming on SPY. Nope. Dumped. Added. Here we go. Out of 4 out of 6. Out of 1 more. Out of 1 more. 1506. That's how it's done here at the buzzer. Thanks, guys. Not my best performance today, but it'll do. It'll do. See you guys tomorrow for the full breakdown of the week that was. Have a great day.